Okay, Silverbolt here, back for a Transformers review, back for the third attempt this morning at doing a video. The first one was Thrust, which is still currently trying to upload on YouTube, but for some reason my Windows Movie Maker decided that it's going to go kaplooey, and it's 170 megabytes, and of course YouTube won't allow you to upload 100 megabytes, more than 100 megabytes. I don't actually quite know why this is happening, because I didn't do anything different, and it's the exact same as it was before. The second one I did was Cliff Jumper. And I got through Cliff Jumper's character bio, I got through his cartoon appearance, I got through his comic appearance. Then I came to the toy itself, and I kind of went, nah, and it died off. And I thought, well, I'm not doing the entire Cliff Jumper video again, so I thought I'd do. So I was looking around my room, because I wanted to do a video. I want to do a video. I really do want to do a video for some reason, because I believe the new Transformers animated line is out in Toys R Us today, and I've got the day off, so I'm going shopping after I get my tattoo finished at 1 o'clock, and I've been doing this now for about an hour and a half, so I want to get a video done today. And I'm looking around my room and I'm thinking, what shall I do, and then I got some across my new arrivals, which was namely Thrust and Skullcruncher. So I thought I'd do Skullcruncher. Skullcruncher is, of course, becomes the headmasters. Obviously, going by this block of the head. Now, Skullcruncher is, he's rather slow, both in movement and in wit. He's not the smartest, he's not the sharpest tool in the box, you know. And he also has this really annoying habit of grinding his teeth before he attacks. But he does this so loudly that everybody knows he's something coming. So consequently, no one really wants to get stuck with him. Quite understandable, really. Now, he also has the rather annoying habit of stopping in the middle of a battle to eat something. So he's rather gluttonous, to say the least. Now, Skullcruncher first shows up in the Rebirth, part 1 of the Rebirth, and he's one of the first of the big new Decepticons that you see. He's one of the Decepticons that Galvatron found at some point floating around the galaxy and enlisted them to help him fight get the key to the plasma energy chamber. And Skullcruncher, of course, ends up going with Cyclonus and Scourge to Nebulos, tracking the Autobots going to Nebulos after the Autobots' shuttle's engines have been blown out. And he gets himself volunteered to have his head ripped off and stuffed with Grax, the Nebulon companion, which is this guy, obviously. And he promptly, apparently getting his head ripped off and having a Nebulon stuck in it actually improves him in some ways. Now, he, of course, is around throughout the whole of the Rebirth, and is with Zarek and the others when Scorponok gets blasted off into the great beyond. However, he would come back in Transformers Headmasters, the Japanese series, where he's regarded very much as your dumb brute. You know, he's not very good at anything. Even his love of eating everything in sight isn't depicted in the manga. Well, in the Japanese anime. So, he really doesn't do a lot. He's just there as the hired help. Okay. Now, he does come into the IDW... It is IDW, isn't it? Yes, it is the IDW publishings. In the Stormbringer episodes. And he's on side the Nebulos Infiltration Unit. And he's on Nebulos when Thunderwing attacks. Though I can't quite remember if Skullcruncher is actually killed at that point. Because, of course, the Nebulos attacks, it's tied into the G1 Headmaster's continuity, which is why you've got Skullcruncher, obviously, on Nebulos. But I can't remember if Skullcruncher is actually killed when Thunderwing attacks. I think, actually, Skullcruncher is one of the ones that turns around and basically goes, "Stop this! I'm out of here!" So he can't be that stupid. Anyway, on to his toy, which is, obviously, what I've got in my hand. And he's presented as his packaging depicts him as a crocodile, apparently. However, going by the head, well, he's obviously an alligator. But there we go. Transforming him now. Very simple to do. Though a little bit more to it than on some of the other Headmaster toys. Despite the fact that his legs bear, at least in that part, a remarkable resemblance to highbrows. Transforming into crocodile mode, well, alligator mode, whichever one you want to do it. Where is it? And his sword, it's not a sword, it's a bloody club, snips, in the end, into there. The same way that Weird Wolf's tail is also a sword for his toy. However, he does have to have a rather daft way to carry his Headmaster companion, Grax, which I've just dropped. There we go. So, you transform Grax into his well, I'd say robot mode, but it's not really his robot mode. You get him sitting down, then you open up Skullcruncher's head, and he promptly plonks in there. And you can just, well, you can't actually see him in this, but you can just see him looking through the visor there, and it's just a case of, why? Of all the places to put him. I mean, personally, I think a more interesting way of doing it would be, no! But there we go. At least that's what my girlfriend thought when she was playing with Skullcruncher the other day. Okay, so yes, a bit of a stupid toy. Never mind the fact that he's pink and green. We don't, but anyway, yes, that's Skullcruncher. So I'm at a loss now because I've had so much information going through my head this morning, trying to get all these Transformers reviews to upload. Or make, or getting them wrong, that I'm quite befuddled. So I would admit I did take a bit of a cheap way out in that I do a Transformer that I knew hadn't been around much. I mean, obviously Thrust and Cliffjumper have much bigger parts, and I've currently got Transformers knowledge oozing out my eardrums. But yes, that is Silverbolt done for today. You might get 2 videos, assuming what the it's AVG download. Blimey heck, that just frightened the crap out of me. You might get a second Transformers review if Thrust uploads. It depends on how nice YouTube wants to be to me, but I highly doubt it. So no, I'm going to try and upload this one now instead. Okay, but this is Silverbolt with Skullcruncher signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen. Now, thank you.